Hey guys, it's Rhett from the 100 Acre Wood Highlands. It's day 2 of the ice storm, and now it's like tree damage everywhere. So last night we lost power for like 2.5 or 3 hours, but it was fine. It was close to bedtime anyway, so it wasn't such a big deal. But we knew that a second wave of this was coming in, and they've actually been saying on the news that this is like unprecedented ice storm, like the earliest ice storm that Oklahoma has had on like record. And it's definitely been destructive here on the farm. This big shade tree just about landed on the tractor when it fell sometime early this morning. But the dogs seem to be enjoying it. But like half of this entire tree has come down, so that's kind of sad. Limbs from this big oak tree just was landed pretty darn close to the house. Our Chinese pistache trees that we planted out by the road are bent over. And our other huge shade tree in the front yard has like ripped right down the middle. So this big tree just completely split. And now that tree split. Probably really, really dangerous to be underneath these trees. But I want to show you just how much ice is coating these limbs. I mean, some of these limbs, have got like a significant amount of ice on them. You can almost just sit here and listen and hear trees crashing all over the place. So that's a big bummer because some of these big trees can be really, really old, and it'll take a long time for them to grow back to that size. And then like the Chinese pistache that we planted, you know, that was like almost $2,000 worth of trees we planted along the front. Fortunately, our fruit trees over there, they're so small and they didn't have a lot of leaves on them that they look okay. The fall garden that we were attempting looks to be pretty much toast. I mean, some of that stuff is supposed to be, you know, cool hardy, but probably not inch of ice hardy. We did manage to get out of here earlier and run to the store, picked up some more cattle cubes, picked up a few things from the grocery store, but while we were gone, our power, which was out last night, then came back on this morning, is now out again. So no power, but I'm gonna unload these cubes, go put them in the barn. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about how we store our feed, and then maybe we'll have to grill up some food for tonight because we're definitely not cooking inside. So normally this time of year, I haven't had to buy too much feed yet, but I haven't picked up my hay yet. I've talked to somebody about buying some hay, I just haven't got to that point yet. So today when we went to town, I bought 10 bags of feed. This ice is only gonna be around for another day or so anyways, but it brings up a good point about if you're first getting into cows or any other kind of farm animals, chickens, goats, sheep, whatever, feed storage becomes another important topic to think about. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I keep feed in. Those bags, I'm just going to keep them in the bags. I'm probably going to feed those over the next couple of weeks, and so I don't really need to store it. But for the cubes that I feed throughout the summer, I only give them a little bit at a time as a treat. Like today, I'll probably feed 2 whole bags, and I'll probably feed 2 again tomorrow. But I like to use these Tough Stuff feed and seed buckets, and this is kind of what they look at like, but I like them because they're kind of a heavier duty plastic than a 5-gallon bucket is, and you can get them in different size, and they have a locking lids. So these lids kind of twist into a lock, and they also have handles that lock down. So that way if you've got mice or raccoons or squirrels or anything else that could possibly get in there, they're not gonna be able to get into that tub, and also it's gonna keep it dry. I've seen people use old deep freezes that don't work anymore, and they'll just put a latch on it and they'll kind of use it as a feed storage thing. I've seen people just make big bins out of plywood. The problem with that is if you got like big mice and stuff, they can eventually chew through that and get to it. But I use that to store the chicken feed. I also keep a little bit of sweet feed in there, and then I use old mineral tubs. These are my mineral tubs right here, these blue things. I use these to store some cubes in too because they're thick and heavy duty. They've got a lid on it that kind of snaps in place. The lids on those are a little harder to get off and on, but I had to buy the mineral tub already anyway, so it was just something I could repurpose to store some cubes in. But if you don't have a good place to keep your food dry and locked up away from any kind of little critters and stuff, these Tough Stuff products are really good. I'll leave a link down in the description below to an Amazon link where you can get these in different sizes, but I think they're a great product. Not quite as good as storage, but it keeps it secure. Well, it looks like Moose and that little red heifer have somehow escaped again. But Pepper's still in here, so she'll get lots of cubes, and she's still got some hay left over from yesterday, so I guess we'll go find the rest of the cows. You cows want some cubes? Huh? I see you back there, Moose. Well, they found the cubes. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, move it, move it, move it, let's go, come on, come on, come on. There we go, come on, move it, come on, get back. Come on, come on, come on. Woo. They are running and bucking now. There they go. Come on, get back, cows. Get back. Okay, here we go, here we go. I'm gonna see if I can get the cubes out on the ground before they run me over. So feeding time is probably the most dangerous time to be around the cows. So I always try to speed away from them so I have a second to get out of the Ranger. I've got the bag of cubes in my lap. We'll just drive along a little slow here and dump some out as we go. Come on. Come on, back up, back up, back up. Let's go. So a lot of people ask if Highland cows are a docile breed or if they're really gentle, if they're safe to be around the kids and stuff like that. And in general, a lot of people say that Highland cows are a pretty low-key breed of cow. But I've said it over and over and over again, these animals will still get 1,000 pounds. They've got horns. They can run and buck and kick and hit you with those horns. And feeding them can definitely be the most dangerous time to be around these animals. I mean, I don't know if you could hear what I was saying when I was trying to drive the Ranger and record what I was doing there, but they were running and bucking, and they know it was time for food. And I'm sure they're hungry because the grass is frozen solid. They can't get to it right now. And so they want this cubes. And so I try to either get to where I'm gonna go ahead of time to pour the cubes out on the ground and then call them up. That way when they find the cubes, it's already on the ground and I can get out of the way. Or I'll try to have it on my lap like that and pour out a little bit as I'm driving. That way they're finding it and slowly trickling away from me. That way I don't get stampeded. It was difficult this time around because they were already up at the gate whenever I needed to come through. So, more crashing trees. I'm gonna feed these cows and then I'm gonna go inside because I'm already wet and dirty from the chores today and there's no power. All right, I'm ready to head back to the house. So we'll have a whole lot of chainsaw work to do when this is all over with. You can just sit here and hear them crashing and crashing in this big one right in our backyard. I don't know if it's gonna make it through the night, but it's like we're camping. We're grilling. We've got baked beans, potato shish kebabs, and sausages on the grill. So guys, if you haven't already,
subscribe and press the like button up there.
And you can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching 100 Acre Highlands. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.
Bye.